writing, directing, acting, lighting, sound and special effects. These are some reasons why movies usually have a crew of hundreds and hundreds of people, and for my film we have a gigantic crew of me and my actors, aka my sisters. But that's alright, because we're going on a 4-week family vacation in the US, which means we'll have amazing locations. So at least I don't have to worry about that. Now all I have to do is come up with an idea, write, shoot and edit this film, all in under 4 weeks. Oof. And all that just to answer one simple question. Can I make a movie with no extra budget? No, but can I make a short one? I'm going to try. I was at the airport with no idea what my film should be about, but that's alright, because if I just stay focused, the ideas will just start coming in. Except they didn't. At all. But for some reason I suddenly thought it would be funny to make a song in the airport. I'm fucked, I'm at the airport, got no passport, that's my flight. I think you're right, I'm scared of height. I say I might fucking ignite. To my delight, I catch my flight. Yeah, woo. Then I'm sitting in my seat. I say, okay, enough. Seriously, I still have no idea why I made this. Because the time is running and I still have no ideas. So I focused on what I did have. Locations. I knew we were going to some gigantic cities, a beach and a lot of nature. So 10 hours later we had landed and I had a rough idea of what my film was going to be. Except for one problem. I still had no idea how this film was going to end. But that's a problem for later, because we had arrived at our first location. So we just arrived in the US and we are out here in the forest trying to film our very first scene for a short film that we are going to try to make on our trip in the US. This is going to be great. Let's go! A thunderstorm just started the second we have tried to film. We're trying to get back to the car as fast as possible now. Things were going surprisingly well and I was feeling really good about the shots that I was getting. My sister's acting was great and we were all extremely motivated to make this thing happen.
We are making messy plans so that it looks like she was out in the wilderness for a long time. And to be childish than the young version. Look straight.
We were moving very quickly with only very little time at each location, but all in all, besides some hiccups, things were going to plan.
While changing lenses, what happened before?
For some reason the gimbal is not working anymore. Probably, I guess, because it got wet yesterday. So now we have to try to film a chasing scene without a gimbal. Mozzie!
We got all the shots we needed in nature and headed on to the city part of this vacation. We planned on visiting Boston and New York, so I wanted to get all the shots I needed in these 2 days. As you will see in the final film, I'm not the most comfortable in large cities, and I started to get really nervous about the ending of this film. But even so, until now, everything kept on going smooth. I needed some really fast-paced action shots that will show how overwhelming a city can be, and some really slow shots of my sister staring directly into the camera. Hopefully these two are going to contrast really well in the edit. Oof. At this point I was incredibly exhausted and at the end of my plan. I didn't know how my film was going to continue and I was incredibly scared that I wouldn't find a way to make everything that I had already shot work. I still had some scenes at the beach, but no idea if I could manage to tie it all together in the end. Well, all I could do was try.
I will try to
I will take them off there where you're standing above.
What's going on right now?
So we are near the beach, but we need a sunrise, so we all got up really early to see the sunrise.
Like
But there's a lot of clouds,
5:30.
and so now we have to decide if we want to try to do it or if we will try it on a different day. The sun decided to come up, so we went for it. This was going to be the most ambitious shoot of this entire project.
With our cousin. Our cousin helping to film. It is cold.
Yes, it was quite cold, and that combined with the fact that the sun could just disappear behind the clouds any second meant that I was extremely stressed and wanted to get these shots done as fast as possible. But when we came back, I realized that all of my shots had been fogged up by my ND filter, and the worst thing was that I should have known this could happen. It wasn't even the first time in this project. My filter... Wait. And also my ND filter got completely wet and has this little spot in the middle now. I hope that will dry off. I didn't think any of these shots would be usable and started doubting this entire project. I mean, I didn't even really know the entire story that I was trying to tell. Now some scenes were missing, and when reviewing my shots I realized that not everything had actually went as perfectly as I had thought. The problem was that this was a family vacation, which meant I had extremely little time on each shoot because I didn't want to keep everyone waiting forever. And by the way, these clips that you're watching right here are from the very same vacation where we tried to go whale watching, and I made a fun little video about that you should definitely check out right after this. Anyways, all I could do now was get into the edit and find a way to make it all work. I started by trying to fix the footage of the beach and was actually really surprised how much I could still get out of it, especially considering that this film was shot entirely on the Canon EOS 90D, which for video is not really the best camera on the market. But apparently it was good enough to make these shots usable, which meant that now the real struggle started. Finding a way to tie all these scenes together to tell the story that I want to tell. So in the beginning I found this video from Dream Duo Films, and I really liked the beginning, the intro, especially these first two sentences.
The chaos and the rush makes it hard to breathe. The standards of society make me sick.
Combined with this sentence,
We're trapped in a cycle of a grind that's glorified to work so hard we're blind to the things that really matter before our time is up and we're left unsatisfied.
from my favorite video on YouTube, I had a general idea of what the message of my story should be. Now, because I didn't have the right gear to film monologue or dialogue on location, I decided to do this using a voiceover.
We're now going to record the voiceover first, just as she reads it, as she has it in her head, and then I'm going to read it as I have it in my head, and she's going to try to replicate that kind of feeling.
This was the perfect way to make it all come together, and I actually think it worked pretty well.
Everyone working jobs for money, to buy things they don't need, to impress people they don't even like. It's like we're stuck in a cycle of a grind, rushing forward without even acknowledging that we are alive.
Everyone working jobs for money, to buy things they don't need, to impress people they don't even like. It's like we're stuck in a cycle of a grind, rushing forward without even acknowledging that we are alive.
Yeah, exactly like that. Okay.
So you can watch the final version. It's up on YouTube now. Just click right here or somewhere in the description. Just go down in the description. There's a link. Click it. Watch it. Enjoy. I still don't know how to end these videos. Bye.